Now, the Minister of Higher Education and Training, Naledi Pandor, has announced that applications for the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, NSFAS, for next year will open on Monday. This follows a meeting between the Minister and NSFAS Administrator, Dr. Randall Carolison, in Cape Town yesterday. Let's find out what's going on. Of course, NSFAS has been in the news of late. Lots of questions about student funding. We're joined now by the Director General from the Department of Higher Education and Training, that's Gwebs Nqonde from Pretoria. Thank you for being with us, Mr. Nqonde. Thank you for waiting for us. So the Minister says that they will start taking new applications, but we understand there's this huge backlog, tens of thousands still waiting for funding. Do we have two processes in parallel?
No, firstly, thank you very much, Francis. Firstly, what the Minister has done in the meeting with the administrator, they have looked at the processes for 2019 applications. And the administrator has actually assured the Minister that through the testing that he has done with the forecast group of learners, in preparation and processing the processes for 2019 applications, it has actually been established that those processes are quite amenable as well as user-friendly for the process now to be opened so that all new students can be able to apply as from Monday. And upon submitting applications, the waiting period to acknowledge receipt of those applications is only 7 days maximum. And they are actually looking at processing everything in respect to those applications quite efficiently. And also, at the same time, the process of actually clearing out, close out of funding decisions for 2017 and 2018 has gone well quite tremendously. The administrator has dispatched to each and every university and TVET college of this country officials from NSFAS to work with SRCs as well as officials in each and every institution to track down students who haven't signed the schedule of particulars and the bursary agreements form. And that process has progressed quite very well, and the numbers of the outstanding SOPs have reduced quite significantly. The administrator this evening was actually telling me that today they've been able to process around 10,000. And it's only about 50,000 new entrants now that are still outstanding, of which these officials from NSFAS as well as SRCs and officials from institutions are actually working hard to clear that out. And also in respect to the returning students, tremendous progress has actually been made. You know, out of 241,000 students who are in the system at the present moment, 239,000 have actually received their funding. We are just talking in this category only about 2,000 to 3,000 students who still have their processes to be finalized in order to take the funding decisions and have their funds dispersed to them.
Yeah. Director General, NSFAS has been in the news, so this sounded like an administrative nightmare. You're saying that processes are now being streamlined, but the board was dissolved. There was a high-level, high-profile resignation. Sizwe Nqasana. Is NSFAS functioning right now?
The administrator, ever since he has taken over, the processes of attending to these problems and also assuring that students in institutions are receiving funding, it has progressed quite very well. That is the assurance and also that is the feedback we are getting from the respective institutions themselves. And there are quite a number of students who have received their backdated amounts, of which now our concern and the call that the Minister is making is that as these students are receiving these funds, they must make it a point that they are using them wisely and they use them to pay and settle outstanding arrears and continue focusing in their studies. So there has been tremendous progress thus far according to the records and figures that we are getting at the present moment from NSFAS through the administrator, of course.
All right. We appreciate your time this evening. Thank you very much. From Pretoria, the Director General of the Department of Higher Education and Training, Gwebs Nqonde. And basically, NSFAS sounded like it had been crippled, but we now have a situation where new students will receive their applications from Monday, and the 63,000 or so students waiting for funding from 2017 now being processed, the department says. Bongani?